Listen, Dad, I know you work hard. Okay, I get it. You're out there working really hard during the week so that you can come home and just relax a little bit, not have to worry about a whole lot. You play with your kids, maybe if you've got them, or if you don't, you sort of generally understand, right? You go out, you work hard, you want something to do just to relax, to just sit back and maybe feel a little bit like a kid again. Trust me, man, I know the feeling. I am right there with you, which is why I decided to create a list of 5 extraction shooters for dads. Different kind of dads, actually. You see, for me personally, I love extraction shooters, and there is a lot out there when it comes to extraction shooters. However, if you're looking for specific things, if you're looking for that realistic experience, but not being too hardcore to where you have to put in like 1,000 hours of gameplay, if that's what you're looking for, that's what you're going to find here. And I've sort of got it organized for whatever experience you're looking for. My name is Tacti, and I'm going to quest to find the most immersive experiences available on the internet. And today, we've got 5 extraction shooters for dads. The first game that we've got here is for the single dad. And I don't mean that you're a single dad, though you might be. What I mean is that you don't want to have to go against other people, right? You want to play alone, maybe you want to play co-op every now and then, but primarily you just want a casual experience that you don't have to worry too much about other people. You want to shoot bots. I get it, completely get it. But at the same time, you want that extraction experience, you want that progression, you want cool guns, animations. Incursion Red River has got you covered. You see, this is an early access game. It's actually fairly inexpensive. For only $17, you can get a Tarkov single player or co-op experience where you're just going in, shooting bots. It's that start in your hideout, build your loadout, build up your resources, go into a raid, grab what you need or do what you need done, shoot some bots, grab their loot, and then come back and progress. You've got different traders that you can level up. It's single player Tarkov, okay? If you've heard of Tarkov, you probably are watching this video. As of right now, it's fairly bare bones. It is an early access experience, but the bones are there. And if you're just looking for a chill single player experience, I think this game was probably going to scratch that itch. First and foremost, they've got a beautiful environment. The game is set in like a Vietnam kind of environment. At the making of this video, they've got 2 maps that are fairly well expanded, but the graphics look fantastic. The animations are gorgeous. The weapon sounds are great. The AI can be, look, the AI, man. AI doesn't get great no matter where you go, pretty much. But it's still a fun experience, in my opinion. And it's lighthearted. If you want to go in for like a couple of raids, you can do that. If you want to go in for just to shoot people, you can do that as well. It's certainly not on the level of Tarkov. It is not that in depth. You go to the computer, you get your stuff, you figure out what you have to do, you figure out your quests, and then you go into the quest and you get it done and then you extract. It's just like that. It's nothing in depth. There's not a huge story to it. But overall, for $17, I mean, it'll get you a few hours of fun for sure, and it'll give you something to progress in your free time as you're just playing by yourself. For me personally, it's not something that I want to sit down and play for too long. I'll play every update to see sort of what's going on and what's new with the game, but it is an alternative for you. For you single dads out there, it might be up your alley. Up next, we've got the Chill Dad. So anytime I play this game, it makes me feel kind of relaxed. I want to put on just casual lo-fi music. I want to light a candle behind me. I want to smell some fire going on. It's probably a good game for fall. Another one on this list is as well. But the game is Arena Breakout Infinite. Now, what's nice about this game is it's completely free. You don't have to spend any money to have any fun in this game. You can just download it and play it for free from their launcher. Unfortunately, it's not on Steam. I think they're expected to come out on consoles at some point, but I don't know for sure. I feel like that was announced a long time ago, but they haven't said a lick about it. But the game itself is essentially a Tarkov Lite with a lot of quality of life features that make it easier to play the game and progress in the game. You've got a lot of the same features. You've got weapon customization. You've got different quests with different traders. You've got some different ammos that you're going to have to worry about and sort of figure out what works best. So it does go in depth there, but what's nice is that when you get into the map, you're going to be able to see things like the compass. You're going to be able to open the map to see where you are. You're going to be able to see where your quest lies. Just a lot of good quality of life things that takes that Tarkov experience and makes it more casual so that dads, the chill dads like yourself and I, can have a good time. Now it is PvE and PvP, so you may get into some intense firefights. You may lose some gear, but for me, I'm like an average gamer. Okay, I'm not great. I'm not terrible in most games. And I do a really good job at just kind of keeping my money steady, right around 2 mil, sometimes around 3 mil. The game, if you want, and I don't recommend this, you could pay like $50 to get $5 million in game. That's the one silly thing about it. It is pay to win in that sense, but technically you can lose it. So, make that decision by yourself. I still enjoy playing it and haven't really come up against a ton of different chats, which is good because they've got a few different modes as well. You can go more casualized mode, or you can go a lockdown mode or forbidden mode. These modes are going to have different tiers of gear. So if you want to avoid a bunch of chats completely, just stay in the starter mode. Out of all the games on this list, it's probably the one that I've played most within the past year or so. I have really enjoyed it. I haven't played it for a while, but I do know that they have seasons, they have battle passes, you can spend some money on those. So, you can support the game that way. It does give you some progression. In my opinion, it's a lot of fun. I do have a lot of fun, even as a solo, but if you've got buddies, you can play it as well. The graphics, they look great. The animations look great. There's not a lot bad I can say about this game other than the pay-to-win aspect. So what's cool is if you hop in, you really don't have to pay any money to see if you like it and want to support the game there. So it really is just a time thing for you. Next up, we've got the Tactical Dad. And this game is Gray Zone Warfare. You've probably heard of it. You've probably seen it. This is an open world, Vietnam style of extraction shooter. I'm going to say extraction shooter, but they're sort of moving away from that. So as of the making of this video, it is still sort of an extraction shooter. You've got the same mechanics. You can't extract with a helicopter. However, the way that they've just changed the game, you don't always have to extract and go to base. You can go to those little outposts or just call some things in if you finish a quest. I don't know, it's not really much of an extraction shooter, more of an open world MMO, PvEVP kind of game. For me, unfortunately, this is the hardest one to run. I've hardly played this latest update because anytime I play, it crashes on me. So I haven't really gotten to experience it, unfortunately. I love the game, I love the dev team, and I love the game's ideas, the game's mechanics, but I haven't been able to play. Gray Zone Warfare is one of those games that it's got a really beautiful environment, but it can get kind of repetitive because you only have that one giant map that's in like the Vietnamese experience in Lemang, that's what it's called, in Lemang. So there's not a lot of diversity when it comes to like your environment. The quests are going to be those typical like kill these people here, grab this here, move this here, place this here. It has a story to it, and I think they're going to flush out the story a little bit more as the game progresses. But again, this is early access, so the game kind of ebbs and flows. Again, you've got those traders that you can progress. You've got weapons that you can put together. Not a ton of weapons. Not a ton of weapons, unfortunately. You've got like ARs, you've got the MCX, you've got your AK, several different ones. So just not a ton of diversity when it comes to that as well. But all in all, this is a game that provides a pretty good hardcore tactical experience. And if you do find people in the game, if you end up finding somebody with your specific faction, you'll be able to team up with them and complete things and kind of get tactical with them. The game itself has several different tiers, several different buy-ins for the game. And with each buy-in, kind of like Tarkov, you get a new experience, you get new stuff, you get like different additions. You can support the game however you feel necessary or however much you like the game. But if you want to only play the game with very minimal starting gear, you can buy the game for $40. That goes on sale. It's on Steam. To me, it's a pretty good deal. And the game tends to, even after updates drop, and stick around 2,000 players. So you will still be able to find people online, though the PvE is going to be more prevalent than the PvP. So be aware of that when you play. If you're looking for just those intense PvP moments, it's probably going to be more rare here, unless it's directly after an update. Then you may not have as much of a problem. If you buy in, the game does let you choose different factions, and you can squad up with people only in your faction. You can choose one of 3 factions. So if you have buddies that want to play with you, make sure you're choosing the same faction. Otherwise, you're going to be going against each other. Now we've got the old school dad, and I say this because this is like for those guys that want to be cowboys. Okay, I know you're over there watching Rifleman. You're sitting down and you're turning on John Wayne and just loving the heck out of it. Well, this is probably for you. For me personally, it's another one of those fall games. It's just it's a chill kind of casual experience, but it can actually be very difficult. Hunt Showdown is the game, and it's been around for a few years. It's done a really good job. Recently, they rebranded to, what is it, Hunt 1768 or something? Way off, 1896. They've rebranded to Hunt Showdown 1896. So they've done a kind of a revamp. They've added a huge map. They've changed up the locations a little bit. But this game is like a horror PvEVP. And what's nice about this is what I wish more extraction shooters would do, because the others that I've talked about in this list, and the next one that I'm going to talk about, is more that mission-based looter shooter, that mission-based extraction shooter. So you go in, you have a specific mission in a specific location, you go over there to finish that, and then you extract. Hunt's gonna be a little bit different. Hunt, everybody has the same objective. So this is more of an objective-based, it's more of an objective-based extraction shooter. We got it. Anyway, this game has a ton of those cowboy-styled rifles because the game is set in 1896. You're going to get some repeaters, you're going to get bolt action, you're going to get shotguns, you're going to get crossbows, you're going to be able to throw some spears. That's heckin' cool. That's a lot of fun. But there's an underlying story to it as well. An evil has gone across the land. You are a hunter, like a bounty hunter, and your goal is to kill the monster, grab the bounty, and extract. Other people, that is also their goal. So you've got to fight for that bounty and extract safely. Sometimes there's one bounty on the map, sometimes there's two. Either way, people are drawn to those locations and they've got to try to compete for those bounties. There are some other supernatural things that happen, like when you grab the bounty, you can kind of see where other people generally are. But my favorite thing about this game is just the environment, the way that it makes you feel. And by that, I mean, it's muddy, it's messy, it's grimy. It is not a clean feeling game. Like when I see them shoot up some healing potions with their syringe, it makes me think that is so dirty and disgusting. But it does a good job. I mean, I really, really like Hunt Showdown, and I wish that I could play it a little bit more. The game itself feels really good. It is very hardcore too, because it only takes a few bullets to kill people. There are different healing mechanics. You've got different effects when it comes to fire as well. And there is a general storyline. Each new season brings some new kind of story. Sometimes they'll throw new bosses in. For me, it's a very intriguing game. I do really love, it's a highly immersive game. Really love it. It's also on consoles. So you've got consoles, you've got PC, you've got consoles again. The game itself is about $30 if you want to just buy the base game. And in my opinion, it's generally worth it. Raids can take anywhere from 15 to 45 minutes, depending on how long you want to stay in there and if you even want to go for the bounty. Maybe you're just kind of getting kills and want to escape. That's up to you because you're the boss, Dad. You're the boss. And last but not least, we've got the Chad Dad. And I say this because it's sort of where everything begins. It's sort of the baseline for these other shooters, kind of, except for Hunt. Tarkov. Tarkov does have a PvE experience that you can play, which is very, very nice. And there are a few different ways that you can play it. First and foremost, unfortunately, you've got to purchase the base game. So you can't just purchase a PvE experience. Instead, you have to purchase the base game and then purchase the PvE experience as an expansion onto that. So the lowest you can get that for is $70. With that, you're going to be able to get that PvP game, that PvP experience, and the same experience except in a PvE environment, including the operators. So the operators that you'll find are also going to be just bots. But with that PvE upgrade, you're going to be able to play the game without worrying about any wipes. You can just progress it. You can keep going. I'm sure they're going to add some more quests, some more battle passes or something like that in the future. The game is still technically in beta. It has been for like 10 years now. So it's nice that they have this, though. It's nice that they added this. Otherwise, you'd have to play like single player Tarkov or SP Tarkov, EMU Tarkov, one of those, and they don't like that very much. That's against the terms of service, and if you, especially if you make a video about it on YouTube, you can get dinged. Be careful. Eventually, last I recall, they're hoping to add mods to this and maybe some like generally hosted servers, some co-op. You can do co-op, right? Yeah, you can do co-op. But generally, if you're looking for the most immersive experience, that one's going to be it. I mean, it is by far the best extraction experience, most immersive, most in-depth experience that you're going to get out of any of these. But with that PvE experience available now, if you're a dad, if you don't have 1,000 hours to put into the game every week, I mean, nobody does technically, but if you don't have all that time to put into the game, all that effort, all that understanding to learn, you can experience this, and it's going to be just a tad easier. You're not going to have to worry so much about other players, and there's going to be geared chads in there that are just bots that you're just going to, and you'll feel good about yourself and grab their gear. Hopefully, anyway. Even if you do grab this just for the PvE experience, I would recommend hopping in for PvP, because that could be a lot of fun. Tarkov is just, it's got a vibe that no other game can touch. It's got an experience that no other game is going to be able to offer at this time, because everything else just feels like a knockoff of Tarkov. Not that they are. They've all got different audiences, but Tarkov, the environments, you've got numerous amount of maps that you can progress through. You've got a bajillion quests, you've got a bajillion guns, you've got bajillion ways to modify your weapon, and it's fun. I can't deny it. As much as I think that they've done some silly things, I can't deny it's the best thing on the market. And that's why, if you play it, you are the Chad Dad, because you are starting or going to experience where it all begins, where the core gameplay loop of the extraction shooter genre really got refined and released. Because technically you could argue like The Division was the first extraction shooter, which was great, but it doesn't provide a hardcore experience like this. You could buy the entire game, PvE, PvP. You'd get Arena, which is their arena shooter, which is always kind of a strange concept to me. You'll get a bunch of season passes, just a bunch of stuff. You can purchase the Unheard Edition at $250. If you're doing that, you're probably not watching this video to this point anyway. You've probably already spent your $17 that you had free on Incursion Red River, which to each their own, man. I mean, if you got money to throw around and you want to do that, that's fine with me. Personally, I would never spend $250 on any game. No shame. I've just got other things that I gotta keep up with. Groceries, man. Jeez. What an expense in 2025. Anyway, some things that you should know. If you've gotten through that list, if you're still here, I want you to know that these games are going to be pretty hardcore. They're going to have lower time to kill. They're going to be fairly realistic, because that's what I'm into. That's the kind of stuff that I enjoy. That's the kind of games that I want to dive into. For the most part, I am like a modern, hardcore, first-person shooter kind of guy. That's my vibe. So if you think anything on this list is dumb, that's fine. You're probably just not, we're just not vibing, okay? We're not gonna work out. I mean, at least not with this list, okay? Not yet. Just give me a chance though. Hit that subscribe button. But I do feel like the extraction genre really just gives you the best experience that you can have gaming. I mean, it's like a battle royale-ish style of experience, but more compact. It's chopped up a little bit more, because I love battle royales because of the intensity they bring. A lot of people do. And these extraction shooters offer kind of a slice to that, and somewhat slower as well. You don't have to worry so much about getting to a specific location to beat everybody, right? It's more of, I'm going to go at my own pace. I'm going to slow things down. If you get caught running across an open field, that's sort of your own fault. You learn and you go slower next time. So generally, I mean, you can play these games for a few hours a night, or you could play it for a few hours a week. You can go at your own pace with these games, and that's sort of where I wanted to land. That's sort of what I wanted to help you with, because as a dad or as a working guy that just doesn't have a ton of time to game anymore, I wanted to give you something that was going to help you and give you something that's just kind of relaxing. Most of these, unfortunately, are just on a PC. So if you don't have a PC, I mean, I guess you've got Hunt Showdown and maybe someday Arena Breakout Infinite. But other than that, there's not. Try Vigor, I guess. I don't know. There's some Armory Forger mods as well. I should probably do a video on that. Either way, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to conclude this video. I appreciate the time that you've spent with me today. If you're still here, hit that like button if you liked it. Hit that dislike button if you didn't like it. Subscribe for more. And until the next one, keep working hard, Dad.